Welcome to Moments with Marianne. This is your host, Marianne Pastana. And we're here today with special guests, Mr. Connell D'Souza and Logan Dang, who are here to share with us the EcoCAR EV Challenge. If you want to know where the next automotive engineers and industry leaders are coming from, it could be from your own area. The EcoCAR EV Challenge Fall Workshop is currently taking place in Boston as year 3 of the competition ramps up. The once-in-a-lifetime opportunity challenges students to engineer the next-generation battery electric vehicle that utilizes automation and vehicle-to-everything connectivity with energy-efficient, customer-pleasing features and meets the auto industry decarbonation needs. Logan Dang from the University of California Riverside and Mr. Connell D'Souza, MathWorks Director of Education Programs, are joining us from Boston. Mr. D'Souza, can you give us a little background on the competition and what the goals are?
Absolutely. The EcoCAR EV Challenge is a competition, it's a 4-year-long competition that's conducted by the Department of Energy, Argonne National Labs, General Motors, and the MathWorks. Being the headline sponsors of this challenge. Through this challenge, we task the students with taking a 2023 General Motors Cadillac Lyriq and tearing it apart over 4 years and then building it back up with some of the designs that they have made. What we challenge the students to do is to remove the propulsion control module from the car and replace it with a speed goat computer, a speed goat real-time machine, to essentially control all the motors of the car with the new motor configuration that these teams have put together. They're also tasked with adding some cabs or connected and automated vehicle features to this car. This includes technology like lane keep assist as well as V2X, or vehicle to everything connectivity. At the same time, while these students are tasked with adding technical upgrades to the car, we also challenge the students to involve elements of building a company into this competition. So they have to set up communications teams in order to be able to communicate with various stakeholders and the community around them. They also have to work with putting together an equity and mobility challenge. And what the equity and mobility challenge does is we're trying to address the issues of inclusion and equity in the mobility space. So we challenge the students to either pick a particular kind of consumer and try to build a car that's supportive to them and something that can include people or communities that have been typically underserved.
So how are these teams being judged after they pull this together?
Teams are judged in a few ways. The first is on the track. At the end of the day, they are building a car. They are building something that has to move. So typically at the end of every year at the competition, they are given certain checkpoints that they have to get to. And that includes driving the car on the track, performing, going through various checks and balances that GM as a company tests their cars on. It's also followed by a round of presentations where they present their designs to panels of industry experts and their critique on that. And similarly for the communications and the equity and mobility pieces of the competition, they're also judged by a panel of experts from all the various sponsors that support this competition.
Well, what great experience that is. And Logan, can you share with us, what are the connected and automated vehicle features and how are they integrated into EcoCAR?
Right. So in EcoCAR, the connected and automated vehicles portion of our competition, this is actually a sub-team, a part of our competition. So this task is sort of tasked with students who are implementing sensors into the vehicle in attempts for some sort of level of automation. Many teams you'll see partial automation, and some students and some teams are going to attempt full automation, similar to what other cars on the road are attempting at the moment.
So, Logan, what are some of the most challenging parts on working on your team's vehicle design?
I think the most challenging part about working on the vehicle team design is definitely when other team leads have their own opinions, have their own project deliverables, and we're all working towards the same goal. But at the same time, we're working on different aspects of the project. So oftentimes there's a lot of project restraints. So sometimes teams might need the vehicle at certain times, and other teams will need it at the same time. So we try to work at towards this deliverable, towards all of these projects in parallel, and also accommodate for those who are in dire need of using the vehicle when by themselves.
Sounds pretty exciting how that's all coming together. And Mr. D'Souza, what are we going to see from the teams this year?
I think year three is all about making sure the designs that they've come up with over years one and two are refined, right? They have to put their designs to the test, hopefully break a few parts along the way, and refine and fix their designs from there. So that's what we've been giving these students training on at our facility in Natick, Massachusetts, and it's something that I'm really looking forward to working with these students on over the next year to see how they bring their designs forward and make sure that they're actually good to go for year four.
It sounds like it's a lot of work in prepping for this. Do they work directly with you in being able to move this forward?
Absolutely. As a headline sponsor for the competition, dedicates so MathWorks dedicates an application engineer. So one of our engineers that works with the automotive industry on a daily basis. We have embedded mentors with each of these teams, so these teams can reach out to their MathWorks mentor at any point in time, set up regular check-ins with them to essentially make sure that they're able to get the best out of our tools, but also make sure that their designs are progressing and they're getting the best out of their experience.
So, Logan, what do you think students gain from being involved in this challenge?
Right. So there's a various amount of things that students receive out of this competition. And one of those things is industry level experience and connections along the way. So with the industry level experience, I believe that EcoCAR EV Challenge, it's a great way to introduce students to the industry, to industry level experiences, and it'll allow students the opportunity to connect with members of the industry. I've often spoken with a bunch of my colleagues who have gotten the experience to work directly with these sponsors and be hired post competition. So these students are getting industry level experience and possible internships and jobs out of the vehicle competition, which is a great opportunity for us.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like such great experience. Now, how are these students chosen?
Right. So these students, they constantly reach out and make connections with their sponsors. For example, our headline sponsor, MathWorks, we have our mentors, such as what Connell was sort of speaking on a little earlier. We also have sponsors and mentors with GM directly. So we speak with our mentors, we express our interests and our needs, and oftentimes they respond back with, hey, here's a new job opportunity. Are you interested in applying? Or do you have any students who are interested in applying? Any recommendations? And as project manager, I sort of assemble a list of students who are interested in what they do and what they have been doing. And if they want to continue forward, I put their name forth, and our mentors sort of help us along the way.
Mr. D'Souza, what are some of the most exciting and innovative technologies being used in this competition?
I think electric vehicles in general is just such an exciting technology. There's been a lot of work that's done in the past, but there's a lot more work to do in the future. I think something that we as the MathWorks strive for is sustainability and electrification is one of the big investment areas for us moving forward, and we're excited to see how this technology how through these students this technology can be brought forth through to the masses, because we've got a lot of work to do in that space.
So, what is the website that people can go and learn more about this competition?
The website that you can go to learn about this competition is avtcseries.org. one thing to keep in mind is that we're also working with a lot of students, a lot of younger people that like their social media. So you can go check them out on Instagram as well as TikTok. A lot of these teams have accounts on various social media platforms. So if you want the most serious technical stuff, go to the avtcseries.org. But if you want to see these kids dancing around like they've been doing all week here at the MathWorks, please go check out their Instagrams and TikToks as well.
Well, thank you both for taking the time to be on the show with us here today.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, we're at the end of our time today. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You've been listening to Moments with Mary Ann, where we make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Mary Ann is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary, a recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Mary Ann will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmaryann.com for more information.